A little warmer today, 60 degrees at around 8:30 a.m. So a little warmer today. Yeah. So far anyway. There's a few clouds in the sky, thin clouds. Kind of makes everything look yellowish. Yeah. 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 Probably why it's a little warmer. Probably clouds are acting like a blanket. Okay. Yeah, no blue skies today. At least not right now. Just overcast. Slightly overcast because I can still see the sun poking through. So they're thin clouds. Oh, there's the white bull. They scattered that hay. Next bale I'll give him over. I'll put it over there today, sometime today. Yeah, it's not so cold today. It's already 60. The other two are over here. Yeah, I still need some rain. Need some more water in that pond for winter. Here's the other two. She likes to stick her nose up in the air. I don't know. Yeah, she started doing that not so long ago. Little blackie down there. Yeah, I don't know why you do that. Stick your nose way up in the air sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cow. I hope you're bred and have a calf. Yeah. There's actually another calf born here. There he is. Lucky's gonna go meet up with his brother and get some more hay. Good for him. That breeze is from the south. That's why it's a little warmer. Of course, right now it don't feel warm. It's blowing on me. Yeah, but that's why it's warmer today. It's the winds from the south. Picking up some heat from down there. There's something way out there. They're either vultures or there's two black things way out there. They're either vultures or crows. They look like they're too big to be crows, but they could be crows. There were some crows out there the other day. Yeah. I don't know. They're not moving, whatever they are. They're probably vultures. Because they were flying around here the other day in the evening. Up in that tree and flying around there. Yeah, they're probably trying to warm up. Yeah. Yeah. I got my bale spare back on the tractor, ready to feed some hay bales today. I'm in no hurry though. I don't have nothing else to do. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit more. And if it don't, I'll just wear a jacket. I'm gonna wear a jacket anyway. So. Look at the trees. I've been watching them, but I just don't pay attention to it much anymore. They're changing color. They're less green now than they were before, especially out there. You can see some yellower ones. I think the yellow ones are more hickory. Yeah, those are the hickory. And the green ones are the oaks. Here comes one of them big birds. The way it's flapping, it looks like a crow. Yeah, there's some more out there. Yeah, there's three of them out that way, and two over there. Yeah, I bet those are buzzards, vultures. We call call them turkey buzzards here. I don't know. I guess because they kind of look like a turkey. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're just trying to stay warm. They're just sunning themselves. Yeah. Well, that's all I got for out here this morning. I was checking that fence yesterday. I couldn't find anything wrong with it, but except it didn't work. So I might go out today, do some more checking. I don't know. I think I should just break down and buy another charger and see if it works with a new charger. Are you waiting for something? Huh? What you waiting for? Are you getting a belly? Are you pregnant? I guess time will tell on that. Sometime next year, I'm guessing, if at all. That's it. Now she looks heavier than she used to be, but I think she's pregnant. I can only hope. Little black bully, he's getting some hay. Yeah. There's still plenty there to clean up. Yeah, I'll still feed. I'll give him another bale though later today. Big old bird just flew away. I think some kind of heron just flew out of there. Guess there's still some frogs or fish or something in that pond. The birds are still eating something down there. Yeah. Yeah, eat your grass while you can. As soon as that freezing weather comes, it won't be growing anymore, and then you'll have to rely on the hay. Good for you, boy. You grow. Grow into a bull like your brother. At least, and make sure you can do some actual breeding. Look at those cats. One on each side. I noticed this outhouse thing is different than the one at the farm. The one at the farm, where the lid, I guess, seat, where the seat is, it's more straight in, and that's underneath there is concrete. There's concrete underneath there. It's a concrete base. Then I'll just have to build a wooden frame around the top. It's just a concrete thing with a, like a square rectangle hole. But yeah, but this is set on the angle. See, the door on this one was over here. So I guess they had some that were straight in and some that were on an angle. I got the angle one. But it still has the tabs. Yeah. Still has the tabs there and here and there for screwing it. You get a 2x4 frame down there, and then you go from there. Yeah. I think I can make that work. I just have to buy the lumber. That's all. I'll have to take the measurements. I'm gonna take some measurements from the outhouse at the farm. It may not be exact, but it'll be close. I'll probably build it from over here though. Yeah, I'll use this as my measurements. I'll make it fit this one. So the outhouse actually came with this slab, which also has the concrete seat, and then and the actual outhouse. I built this. I dug a hole and built that. That's the first thing I did. I didn't need no machinery or nothing. I just built that. Yeah, it was my first structure here on the farm, on my place here, that farm. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. One of these days I'll get to this. One of these days. Okay. I'm tired today for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, they're snacking away on grass. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold this Sunday night and Monday night. It's supposed to be in the 20s, so I'll have to prepare myself for that. And you too, guy. Get ready for cold weather. Only for a couple days, then it warms up again. Well, it's 12 noon now and 67 degrees. So it warmed up a little bit, and but it's still cloudy. Yeah, there's no direct sunlight. The clouds got it covered, but it's still comfortable. Yeah, it's still overcast. It's a nice, gentle breeze too. Neighbors in the field over there spraying, or somebody's spraying. One of those big rigs. Yeah. Spraying something. Killing the weeds, I guess. Not sure what they're spraying. But it's blowing right toward me. Sort of. No, it's blowing more this way, so it's blowing away from me. Yeah, I still need some more water in the pond. Where's the white bull? I don't see him anywhere. Got these two. Oh, where's that white bull? Where'd he go? There he is. Looks pretty comfortable over there. Yeah. There's two ways to get there. Go through here. I've seen him walk through there. That's probably how I got in. But they can also walk around the little fence I got across there and go out that way. Yeah, the wind's still chilly. I'll wear a jacket, but I'm ready to go feed the cattle some hay. There's some kind of spraying machine over there. Looks like he stopped. Do something. Those are corn stalks, so I don't know what they're spraying. It can't be wheat killer. That was leftover corn stalks. Tonight they're spraying wheat killer. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what they're going to plant something in there in the corn stalks. They are spraying some kind of liquid. Guess it could be fertilizer. Maybe. Not sure. Anyway, everything's okay here. They're content for now. Oh, there's the bull, white bull over there. And the rest of them over this way. They'll probably still be here when I come back with the bale. Looks like I got company. Am I being stalked? That little guy. Mama? Oh, she's in it. She looks like she's in it. So. Yeah, let's go get a jacket on. Get on the tractor and feed some hay. There it goes. One of those sprayer things. It's probably from FS. I'm guessing. Although big farmers could probably have their own. Okay. Let's get some work done on the hay. There's my pair of cats. A mama and her baby. Yeah. That's where I got my lemongrass. Both rooms against the window. That's the only good light I got for growing plants anyway. Thought about putting a greenhouse out here, but that's a lot to maintain. It's expensive to heat too in the winter time. I'm ready to start the tractor. I brought my jacket. I'm not wearing it right now, I just got a t-shirt on because it's chilly. Well, it's a comfortable chilly. But if I get cold, I can always put the jacket on later. I gotta take my white plastic off my shield off the bale sprayer. Then I can go out to the big pasture first, feed them 3 bales, and then I'll come back with the bale and I'll feed them here too. I think today I'm going to go through the gate since that's closer to where I'm going to feed them. And right now I'm just going to unhook it. So maybe I can just bump it with my tractor and I'll go right through. We'll see. The sun came out for a second. Not for very long though. Oh, it feels good though when it's shining. Yeah, it's still pretty cloudy. A little clearer over this way. I'm going to go unchain the gate. I'm going to go through it today. I'm not going to open the gate, but I'm going to unchain it and just have it set. So if I just bump it with my tractor, maybe it'll open without me getting off the tractor. I'll know when I do it, or if I can do it. Well, I got the gate set. I got it unhooked. I just kind of just barely set it on top of the wooden stop. Hopefully the wind don't blow it open while I'm gone. But the reason I'm going through this gate today instead of the other one right down there at the bottom of the garden is because I'm going to be setting the bale right there's the hay I fed last week, just around the corner, so it's closer. Yeah. So I can still use this gate. If I'm going to feed closer to the pond, I'm going to go through that gate. Okay, I think that gate will stay there. I'll be back. Sun came out again, just a little bit, just off and on. It comes out. So let's get that tractor going and get out there. Wind ain't that strong. Now, wind changed. It's from the northwest now. Now it's got a little chill to it. I'm headed down there to the bottom where my big pasture is. Yeah, cloudy. And here's some more sun. Oh yeah, when the sun comes out it feels good, even with the wind. Yeah, I can see the sun comes out down there. It's being lit up down there in the bottom. As the clouds move around, so does the sun shine. The bull's still following that red cow. And if this milk thief here, that brown one, if I catch her stealing milk from that cow again, I'm gonna take her up to the house, wean her up there. I better get going. The bull's almost here. Mama there, boy. That's your mama. And that's your grandma. Oh, no. That's your auntie. That's your grandma over there. Yeah, he might have got her bred. I don't know. It'll be a late calf. I'm still going to give him 3 bales today, just because it's going to get cold this weekend. Well, at least for a couple days. The nights will be cold. I don't think the bull's interested in any hay today. He's got other things on his mind. Punch your boy. I don't better get going. Get this done because I got another take a bale to the house yet. Hello, it's a nice day. Cutting from this year. This is the hay from this year. I only got one cutting in June with the red on it. Everything with blue on it was from last year. So I'll feed this out first. Grab that bale on there. I gotta laugh at myself. I got hung up at the gate somehow. Probably when I make my turn. Yeah, try it again. You didn't hang up on that, didn't you? Fell off. You didn't have it high enough. Let me try this again. I'm working on the second bale still. Where's that here? Yeah, I still got he doesn't even care about the bale today. He's concentrating on that cow. She must really be in heat. Yeah, I think she's late because that other calf was stealing her milk. Yeah. Oh, I better cut the neck wrap off. Get this thing down. That's let's go get a third bale. These guys. Whether they need it or not, I'm going to give it to them. Here we go. Let's go on the other side. One more bale here. Looks like we decided to need some for doing some energy before he starts another one. I mentioned this yesterday. Those three trees, look how downhill it is. This little one here by the gate, that green one there, and then that brown one higher up in the hill. I want to cut those three down because it ruins my view down there. So we'll cut it down and let them lay. That'll make it look better. Okay, I'm going to grab that one now. Looks like the wolves tearing the bale up already. That's all took out. He's heading it now. He's got it. Got part of the hay hat. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if we'll do it again. He must be content. Got everything on his mind. Besides eating the cow. Okay. Let's grab that bale and we'll set it up. Get out the gate without losing the bale. Yeah, I'm going to look behind me more. Yeah, I still got it. I still got it. I'll come back before I get my bale to take home. I'm going to take at least two of these over by the gate. Like I did last week. In case the weather's bad. Ladies, folks, they're crawling all over me. Yeah. Brought a limb with me. I'll throw it over there. Hey, little one. Yeah, you're gonna be. Don't be afraid of me. There's the cow with me. That's the one that's in heat, and that's her bull calf. Yeah, I know. I think I might take that big heifer there, the one that was stealing milk from her. The milk thief. I think I'll take her up to the house sometime before winter sets in. She can be weaned up there since she's not doing it naturally. I'm gonna leave her the bull calf on her though. Yeah. should get some relief. The other big one ain't draining there. Okay, let's cut that off. Okay, that's the last one here. That's the last one for today. Now I'm gonna go set up some bales for next week. Just 2 next week though. I'll decide next week what to give them. I'll give them at least 2. Yeah, looks nice. Nice cows. That's the mama cow. That's her first. The cow here is mama cow's first calf. And then this is her 3rd one. I sold the 2nd one in September. Compared to Australia, but she's had 4 calves. That's her 4th calf already. And that's only her first. And that white one over there behind that bale, she had her first calf too, but she's a small white one. There's mama cow. Her 6th calf is over there, the milk bee. Yeah, why she was stealing milk. I think she's getting ready to have a calf. I think she's sooner than expected. I think she might have. The earliest she could have would be like the middle of December. Yeah, because she had, I looked it up, she had it, this year she had that calf February 18th. And the year before that, it was March 28th. So it was a month and a half before the calf the year before. So if she does the same thing, month and a half, it'd be like beginning of January. So we'll see. He's got a big belly, all right. So, well, that could be why. Could be why she maybe she dried up. Yeah. That's why that calf is. That still don't explain. That calf's big enough to wean itself. Why it had to steal milk from that one. Anyway, whatever. I think we're gonna take it up to the house. We'll take that. Her 6th calf, take it to the house. Just to get so it won't drain that cow. I can't have that cow being drained down because she's got a calf to raise here. Of course, this calf didn't suffer good. It looks like the cow did. The cow got that calf. Producing up to 2 calves. That's a big calf, too. guess. So set some bales up for next week, and then I'll take the bale home. We got it in. Go ahead, Cole. Go ahead, do it. Do it. Do it. Down here. Come on, you gotta get behind there. You gonna do something or not? You have to buy the meeting now, huh? I'm gonna go. Take care of the rest of the work up there. Okay, we're gonna head back to the house. Feed that bale through the kettle there. Then I'll be done for today. These are the trees I want to cut out. That one, those are easy. That one there is not too hard either. That big one there, I think I can get it to fall. Even if it falls in a ditch, it's okay. I already got one in a ditch over there. So, as long as it don't fall in the road. If it falls in the road, I'll have to deal with it. Yeah, as long as it don't fall on me. Yeah, those should be fairly easy to cut. Yeah, that'll open the view up a little bit. Yeah, that'll widen the views on that side. That side's already pretty good. Besides, I think that tree's dead. That first tree on there, I think it's dead anyway. Yeah, I'll get to that. Next time I bring the chainsaw out to cut something. Cut some other trees, I'll cut them out too. I found a chain. The chain on my chainsaw is pretty dull, pretty wore out. But I found one in the workshop. I think I used it before, but it looks a lot better than the one I got now. Okay, so I'm going to change them out. Maybe it'll cut better. I'll find out. There must have been a reason why I stopped using the other one. But we'll see. Yeah, let's see. This time I'm remembering to pick the bale up. Last time I had it done like that. So, taking the tractor. Yeah, I won't leave it behind today. Okay. Yeah, I like my road here. It's a pretty good job. The excavator guy did. Yeah. I think it was the same people who dumped my creek out. Yeah. I think, I'm not sure, but I think it was. It's been a long time ago. I remember the name, but I don't know if they were the ones who did it or somebody else. I've used a different ones. Creek's not flowing again. Yeah. There's the pond. That's my backup pond. Keeps the creek dries up. I got the pond on top too, but it's still good to have water down here. Not stopping this time. Oh boy. Oh, right where I came from. There's a ladybug on my hat, on the brim of my hat. Oh, is that the sun coming out? Trying to. Yeah. Clouds are too thick now. Okay, close the gate. That'll do it for the hay for another week. But I'll probably come out to check the fence later this week. Or should I say next week sometime. Whenever I feel like it. Well, gate's closed and there you go. Oh, the sun's shining brighter now. I'm starting to sweat. To a lower gear. I'm going to dump it over there. Okay, take it easy. Take it easy. Hey, it works. Well done. It works. I see one cow laying up there. Not in the interstate. They must hear my tractor, but they're not coming down yet. They're probably full. Yeah, I need some more rain and need to fill that pond up for winter. I like the contrast of the three greens. This green, green, the darker green there, and the really dark green. A lot of those are going to die from the freezing temperatures coming next week, in a couple of days. That's the hay from last week, and that's the hay for this week. I should say it's coming. And I'm going to head back out to the gate. This is the ditch I had dug out this spring and left a pile of dirt here. That's why the weeds grew up. I couldn't cut them. In the future, maybe next year, I'm going to start spraying just to keep the weeds from clogging it up. Keep the weeds killed around there. Yeah, sun's shining now. Yeah, I see two of them up there now. No, three. I see the black bull walking around behind them. There's the house up there. There's the tractor. And here's where the water comes from. It comes from across the road over here, and then comes down the edge of the fence. It also has a branch like this one on the other side, but farther down the road on that side, and then that water comes down too, so they merge right through there. They merge in there, probably that low spot. They merge and all the water comes down through here. And I had originally, when they dug this out, I had a mound of dirt here from when they did some pushing. They pushed a bunch of trees. When they pushed this out, they piled all the trees here, and then they rotted. But left a pile of dirt, so I figured I bought it. They sold me a short culvert, 11-footer, to put in here so I can cross it so I get my four-wheeler across, and I'm checking fence up and over this hill. And then they put it in. There was a 12-inch pipe, I think, inside the hole, but it was 11 foot wide, which is wide enough. It's big enough for my ATV. But when the heavy rains came, the pipe couldn't hold all the water, so it all overflowed and flooded this area again. So I went ahead and bought another culvert, a little bit bigger one, and then when I had them come back to dig from here, dig this up, and dig the rest of this out there, and they put two culverts down there, and now that worked real good the last time. A few times it rained. So that worked out pretty good. Should have done that the first time. I didn't underestimated the amount of water that comes down there from both branches. That branch and the branch over that way. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's go home. Let's go back to the house. Drive all the way up and then go back, close the gate. That's it. Finished by 2 p.m. That's pretty good. Got it all done. 4 bales fed. Closed the 2 gates up at the big pasture. That's good. 3 gates actually. The gate for the bales, and the gates on top and bottom of the road. Okay. Gotta close one more gate. Almost forgot. I gotta close the gate for this pasture that I came out of. Still a little breezy, but it's a nice breeze, especially when the sun's shining. Sun's hot when it comes through the clouds. Looks like it's clearing out there to the west, northwest. Yeah, getting blue skies out that way. That's okay with me. There's one more gate closed. Oh, hey, got down there pretty quick. Huh. Alright. We found it. Okay, now I can close the gate. Okay. Work's done. For today, anyway. Sun's trying to shine through these clouds, but it's hit and miss. Here's that big branch I said. A lot of water comes down here when it rains. Yeah. Let's make a good lake. Dam it up right here. Anyway, this one goes down here. But this one over here, that's a big branch too, where those grasses are growing. It's a big deep branch just like this one. And I think there's a spring in that one. I'm not sure, but it doesn't flow all the time. But that's just what I thought. Anyway, somebody planted those grasses in there. I guess it's because it was always too wet in there to farm it. So this one here they can farm. Yeah. Because it dries up enough. But that one was always too wet. Anyway, the water comes down there, goes through these trees here, and comes out down there, like I showed you. And then when they merge, then there's twice as much water going through that pipe. There's two culverts there now, so there's no problem with it over backing up. At least not yet. Cows are enjoying themselves, eating that new bale. That's where the bale is down there. Here's the old blue Ford baler. That's a 7-foot New Holland sycamore. That's the one I bought. I used it for many years, but at some point or other, something broke on it. And while it was getting fixed, I got it fixed already. It should work again. While I was getting fixed, well, I had it fixed, or I fixed it, I think. I had to borrow the one from the farm. They were using it anyway. It was just laying in the dirt. It wasn't propped up like I had it. They just had it laid out flat and it was sunk into the dirt, so I got it all cleaned up. And that's my hay rake there. I bought this from the farm over there that raises cattle now, but that's his son. I bought it from the father when he retired. Like I said, I bought that hay rake at some other auction. I've used that for many years. I think it would still work if I started it up. And all these cedars, when I first bought this property, 5 acres, this bottom was full of trees. This is all trees down through the bottom, and all this hill. This whole hill, all the way around. Well, part of this hill was cleared. Part of this was cleared. They farmed this top area from up here around the hill, and the bottom was all trees. I had it all cleaned up over the years. But this here, since this was idle for a few years, and a lot of cedars were growing in here. A lot of baby cedars were here. So when I had bush hogging, I missed all the little cedar trees, and then when it was done, I dug them up and planted them in a row here for a winter north windbreak. And that's how old they are. We built the house in '83, and these were already here by then. We had this property a couple of years before we built the house. So it must have been around 1981 or 82. I'm not sure how long we had it when we built the house. We built the house first. We didn't. We cleared all that out years after we built the house, because I didn't have cattle here
until 1990, because that's when we built the shed. Yeah, yeah, or 90 or after. Anyway, that's all. I think if I hooked that 7-foot sycamore up, I think it would work. I could get it to work. I might need a new belt, but I think it would work. Yeah, the last time I used it, it worked. I think. I'm not sure, but I know it broke down. I forget where it broke. I have to think about it. Oh, somewhere in this, in all those things there, a bearing went out in it. Somewhere in all those moving parts in there. I can hear that truck a long ways. Must be empty. Yeah, it sounds like it's empty. That sycamore belongs to the farm. I just never did take it back. I used it this year. I cut the pasture with it once. Yeah, in the spring. I think it was spring. No, it was sometime in the summer. Yeah, early summer. I think. But then the weeds grew back, and I didn't cut it again. I probably should have. I should have. Maybe next year I will. Anyway, it works good. This is a 9-foot. Mine is a 7-foot. This is the one Dad always used. And I don't know if he ever let me use it or not. Yeah. Dad didn't like to share the tractor work. Yeah. He had us boys for the hard labor. Hello, cattles. How you doing? Oh, Blackie's still eating the old hay. That's it. Tear it up. Or just eat it. I like how they reach way into the middle. That's where the good stuff is. Yeah. Well, that's about all I got for today. Feeding hay. Although I got a bucket of pears I need to start processing. Oh, I got my shadow again today. How about that? Not much of one. It's kind of a faded shadow. Sun's not very bright. Comes and goes. There's a neighbor. I don't know who it was. I don't know anybody that goes by. Sometimes I don't even recognize my relative's car because I usually don't know what kind they're driving. I have to wait till if they pull up into my driveway, I have to wait till they get out because I don't know who they are until I see them. Well, cattle, you got food there for at least another week, maybe more, because you got hay there left over. Yeah. Unless I can catch the sunset, that'll probably be it for today. I think I'll be working on the pears the rest of today. Cutting them up and cooking them down. Making pear sauce. You missed all the fun there, Cat. Yeah, you got a different job. My job is to feed the cattle. Your job is to feed your belly with mice. Yeah. That's all for now. I might check back later around sunset's around 4:30, so I'll check it around 4, see what it looks like, see if I can get a sunset. I think these clouds are moving south, so it might be clear enough for a sunset tonight. We'll see, or should I say this afternoon now. Yeah. In June, end of June, the sun sets at 8:30 or close to it, and in December it sets at 4:30 or before. Right now it's sitting at about 4:30 in the afternoon, and that's because of that time change. Okay, I guess this would be the normal time because daylight savings time ended, so that means in March when daylight savings time begins, that's not the normal. The normal is now. The normal would be now without daylight saving time. So But if they didn't change it, I would get used to it. What's hard to get used to is that having the sun set at a time in the fall, and then all of a sudden it sets an hour earlier. That's not good. It's already setting earlier to begin with. How do they? You think daylight? Okay, I heard when I was going to school that they started this daylight savings time because of when schools starts. That's what I heard somewhere. Yeah, so that people don't use as much electricity when they get ready for school and work. Anyway, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. I think the government just wants to control us and screw around with us. What? You got nothing to do? Yeah, me either.
2:30, and it's the same temperature as it was at noon, I think. I think it was 67 at noon. Well, I could be wrong, but I think it's right. There's still some pears left on that tree. I don't see none on the ground. I'll be picking them before that freezing weather comes on Sunday night. Yeah, but for now I'll just leave. I got other pears to work on that I picked from the farm. Yeah, they've been in a bucket for a week now. I better get them before they start to rot. You got them in a cool place, so they should still be good. These kind of pears keep longer than normal pears, average pears. There's some walnuts on the walnut, but most of them fell off already. I'll leave them for the squirrels. Yeah. I used to eat them a lot when I was a kid. Too much work to get them. Too much work to get the nuts out of the shell. As long as I had a hammer, I could eat the walnut. Enjoy the hay, cowies. Okay, let's go back in the house. And maybe I'll work on the pears. At least cook a pot full anyway. Hi girls, mama cat and boy. Go hunting, go hunt. Son, didn't see much of you today, but at least I was glad to see you a few times. Go ahead, mama, go hunt. Take your baby with you. Show him how it's done. Yeah, I think he's got the instinct. They're on the prowl now. I gotta go. There's some volunteer papaya. I got some extra room in the house. I think I'm gonna dig them up and plant them. Looks like I got 4 of them. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna put them in pots and see what happens. If they grow, they grow. They don't. If they survive till spring, I'll plant them back out in the garden, someplace where they can spread out. Yeah. Or I'll plant them in the front somewhere. Yeah, I'll plant them in front. By the, what do you call those? Bush hogs. Yeah. Yeah. I buy a papaya once in a while. I think they're from Mexico. Yeah. I still got some papaya seeds from the Philippines, and me and my wife, we grow a big one right here. We got a great big one. This was years ago. It got real big. Yeah, probably as taller than I was, put it that way. Yeah, it was over 6 foot. And it even bloomed. It only grew during the summer. And it bloomed. I think I may have started it in the house too, in the spring. Yeah, during the winter I started it. Anyway, it got real big. It bloomed, formed some small papaya, but they were, by the time this kind of weather, the cold weather came,
They weren't ripe, but they were green, and my wife still ate them when they were green. So she got some harvest out of them. Yeah, they eat green papaya there. I don't know what we do here. I like to wait until they're ripe. I think I need to cut back the asparagus sometime before winter. I need to prepare this too for winter. I gotta get some manure out of the barn and spread it here and in the back, everywhere. I need to clean up those sweet potatoes. See if I might even have some harvest, something in the ground, maybe. And then well, maybe I'll just leave it, let the vines and leave everything rot during the winter. So much to do in the garden and I don't feel like doing it. I did enough gardening work when I was a kid, taking care of, doing all the hoeing and stuff in Dad's garden. That was a full-time job. Come home from school, school. Yeah, in the spring, it was planting lettuce and cabbage, stuff like that, and onions and other things. But in summer, yeah, it was corn and bean, well, whatever Dad could sell in the tavern. that was his beer money. Yeah. Strawberries, picking strawberries. Yeah, I did enough of that. I don't need to do it now. I just grow what I like now. Okay, gotta go. Oh, I forgot about the sunset. It's 4:40, and I think the sun's already. It's right down at the horizon right about now. That way down there. Yeah, I don't see the sun, but I think that's where it is. Yeah, I think the sun is way down at the bottom at the horizon now. But I'm just guessing. I know it's back there somewhere because of the glow. Anyway, I forgot all about the sunset and I dozed off at the computer. Watching my own videos is hypnotizing. Makes me sleep real good. Anyway, sun's down. There goes a flock of birds. That's the same flock that I saw the other day. Yeah, a little bitty one, little flock. Getting ready to go to roost. Well, there's not much wind right now, so that's good. Feels good out here. Comfortable. It's too dark to see anything. There's no clouds no more. Oh no, there's a few clouds back way over there. That's all for today then. I guess tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday. Maybe tomorrow I'll go over and pick the rest of those pears. While I'm thinking about it. Get them done. Then I'll give them to my sisters.